It is a couple of days before Groundhog Day. I'm Andrew Cartwright. You are listening to 98.7 FM, and we're doing the same thing we did last year because we had such a great response. Last year, we decided that we were going to get the jump on all of the other radio stations and try and find out if it's going to be an early spring as Groundhog Day is coming up on Sunday. So what we've done is we've sent out into the field our sales manager, Jerry Bim, our station manager, Jason Marshall, and our program director, Leslie Galbraith. And what we're doing is Jerry is going to Ashdad to check on the groundhog, Ashdad Al, while Leslie and Jason are going to be heading out to White Lake to check out White Lake Willie. So let's head out to White Lake and find out what's going on. Guys, what's happening out there?
Hey, Andrew, good to hear from you. We're out here live on location in the suburbs of beautiful White Lake. And what a day it is. The whole village is out here. It's buzzing, eh, Leslie?
Yeah, we have a lot of people here from Arnprior, Pakenham, Waba. Oh my goodness, it's getting a little congested. I just hope that we don't have a traffic jam here in White Lake right downtown where we are.
It is intense, but everybody's out here to see the one and only White Lake Willie. And you haven't been out here to see him before, but Willie is a bit of a diva. You know, he takes a lot of pride in this, and he comes out looking like $1 million every year. But the word on the street out here is that Willie's been going through some relationship problems, and, well, let's just say that everybody's thinking that he's wintered well, because right out here by the hole, there's a whole bunch of empty pizza boxes, chocolate milk containers, and more. So I'm really interested to see what he's going to look like when he does show his little head.
Well, I'm a little worried, Jason. The police are here, and they're putting yellow tape around the area where Willie is going to be coming out and letting us know whether we're going to have an early spring or 6 more weeks of winter. So I'm getting concerned.
That's never a good sign when the police are around White Lake. Trust me on that one, Leslie. So let's go over now. We're going to head to the hole. Excuse me, folks. Excuse me, Valley Heritage Radio. Coming through here. Coming through. Make room, please. All right, now we're heading over here at the hole. Let's take a peek in, Leslie. And you're a little bit closer than I am. What do you see over there?
I see a hole, and it is dark. Very dark hole. I'm wondering, excuse me, officer, can I borrow a flashlight over here, please? Thank you.
Yeah, that's right, Leslie. We're looking for a flashlight because it is dark out here. It is dark. It's about an hour before sunrise. So, okay, let's take a peek in here. Let's peek in. Oh, Lord. Let's just say that Willie, let's say he's off the salad. There's no way he's ever going to fit out of this hole. And I can't say how the crowd will react if he does show. So, but this guy's been a professional. He's been doing this gig for years. We're going to turn it back over to Andrew, and Andrew's going to head out to talk to Jerry Bim, who's in beautiful Ashdad.
Well, it sounds like we've got our footing, at least in White Lake anyways, as we try and figure out if it's going to be an early spring. Let's turn things over to our sales manager, Jerry Bim, who's in Ashdad. Jerry, what's going on out there, buddy?
Well, thanks very much, Andrew. You sent me out here to Ashdad all by myself this year. Sent Leslie off with station manager Jason Marshall. Good to be with you from the Ashdad Road. We've got a crowd of about 75 people that are out here in anticipation this year, Andrew. It was such a big success when Ashdad Al came out of the hole last year and saw his shadow that the crowd is gathering an hour before sunrise. They're out here gathering, and there's excitement in the air. Now, I will say that last night, Ashdad Al's office issued a press release, and the press release stated that Ashdad Al would not be making any comments on the air or to reporters this year after he comes out of the hole because of the controversy surrounding the comments that he made last year. We're going to run a clip. We have a clip of that right now. We're going to run that clip of the Ashdad Al's statements from last year just so you can see what the controversy was all about.
Ashdad Al, congratulations on coming out of the hole early this year. Now tell us, Ashdad Al, what have you been doing down in the hole all winter long? You've been down there now since the end of November. What's been going on down there? Thank you very much for agreeing to come out of the hole one day early this year. Do you realize, sir, that you have made groundhog history?
So as you can see, Andrew, you know, with statements like that, and they caused a lot of controversy in the community. In fact, there were threats of some lawsuits, both against Valley Heritage Radio and against Ashdad Al. He will not be commenting today, but we're certainly looking forward to coming back in an hour or so here and seeing Al emerge and finding out whether or not we have 6 more weeks of winter.
Powerful stuff, Jerry. We'll be back with more on our pre-Groundhog edition of the morning show after that. And we're back continuing our pre-Groundhog Day show at 98.7 FM. We're trying to get the jump on all of the other stations as Groundhog Day is officially kicking off on Sunday, but we thought we would send out our roving reporters, Jerry Bim, Jason Marshall, and Leslie Galbraith. Jerry Bim, of course, trying to get Ashdad Al and his comments. We don't think he's going to be commenting, especially after all the controversy that arose from last year. Jerry's going to try and see if we're going to have an early spring. We're going to turn things over to Jason Marshall right now and Leslie, who are in White Lake trying to find out what Willie has to say. Jason, give us the latest.
Well, Andrew, there have been some developments here since the last time we spoke. The crowd has gathered even more so. We're talking, I don't know, Leslie, how many people would you say were here?
We're looking at probably about 300 people, but I'm really scared. The ground is shaking. I'm not sure what's going on, if we're having an earthquake or what.
Well, actually, Leslie, we did speak earlier about some of the problems that Willie's been having with his weight control, but we have found a person up here who has an excavator, and we have been digging around the hole just to make sure that Willie can get out, but we're not having much luck because of the big crowd. We got to get over here to the edge of the hole because the sun has come up, and normally this is when the diva Willie makes his appearance. Normally he's all decked out in a tuxedo, looking like $1 million, as we said, but he's trying. I see a furry little arm poking out here.
It's almost like John Travolta. Hey, Jason, coming out with the arm?
Look at, oh yes, I see that, and I see the top of his head. Now, yes, it looks like that is Willie. That is Willie. He's got a pair of slick sunglasses on here. I don't know why. It's a cloudy morning, but look at Leslie. He is on his way up, and I don't think he's coming out any further.
Willie from White Lake is stuck.
Oh, there.
There he goes.
Yeah.
Here he goes.
Yes, he is. Willie has appeared. He has appeared, and the verdict, Leslie, do we see a shadow?
I don't see one.
No shadow, and
No
thankful for Willie and the village of White Lake that we didn't see a shadow because, wow, let's just say he has wintered well. All right, back to you, Andrew. Looks like an early spring in White Lake.
The way they described it makes it kind of seem like you're trying to pull Garfield through a mouse hole. Now we're going to go over to Ashdad and see what our very own Jerry Bim is doing over there. Jerry, what's the verdict in Ashdad?
Well, thanks, Andrew. And the sun is indeed coming up here in Ashdad, although I think it's going to be a cloudy morning. So we may be getting an early spring here in Ashdad. As we stated in our last cut-in, Andrew, the Ashdad Al did issue a press release last evening saying he will not be commenting to the media because of the controversy created last year from his comments. So we're not expecting Ashdad Al to say anything. A spokesperson did exit the borough a few minutes ago ahead of Ashdad Al, and right now up on the curb here on Ashdad Road, we do have a limousine has just pulled up beside the hole. It's sitting there idling. I'm not quite sure exactly what's happening, but Ashdad Al, you know, he's a man of many surprises, so he could be up to anything here. But like I said, we're not. Oh, wait a minute! There he comes. Ashdad Al is exiting the borough right now. I'm going to try to get a microphone and see if he will open his mouth and say something. Ashdad Al, Ashdad, do you have anything? Do you have anything to say? And there he goes. He's in the limousine, Andrew. He has gone. He did not see his shadow, so there will be an early spring here in Ashdad. But wait a minute. He left a note on the edge of the borough. He left a note on the edge of the borough, and the note says, in lieu of a statement to the press, see ya, suckers, I'm gone to Miami. So back to you, Andrew. Ashdad Al has flown the coop. He's left for Miami in spite of an early spring that's coming here to Ashdad.
Well, there you have it. We are getting an early spring. Ashdad Al being whisked away in a limousine. Never heard of that before, but hey, this is the Ottawa Valley. Don't go anywhere. We are back with more great music after this.